So this company invented the future. In 1975, one of their engineers built the first digital camera. And when he carried it upstairs to show the bosses, they looked at the thing that would one day kill every film company on earth, and they told him to hide it. That company was Kodak, and they didn't get beaten to digital. They invented digital, and they buried it on purpose to protect themselves. Come here, let me show you Kodak's receipts. Okay, so it's 1975, and Kodak is a giant by any measure of the word. If you have ever taken a photo, you've paid Kodak. They don't really sell cameras, they sell film and chemicals and paper. And I don't know if you remember those yellow disposable cameras? Kodak. Every photo you take and every one you print is their money over and over again. It's one of the best businesses ever built. Kodak is extremely profitable, or was extremely profitable. And in a back lab, a 24-year-old engineer named Steven Sasson is building something strange. His boss handed him a throwaway project. See if you can make a camera with no film in it at all. So he wires together a movie camera lens, a new kind of light sensor, 16 batteries, and a cassette tape deck across 6 circuit boards. The thing weighs 8 pounds. Funny thing is, it works. He points it at a lab assistant. It takes 23 seconds to record one black and white image onto a cassette tape. Then he plays that cassette tape back on a television, and a face slowly appears line by line down the screen. That's it. The first digital photograph in history. The entire future of photography sitting in a box the size of a toaster. So he takes it upstairs to show his bosses, specifically the boss that told him to work on the project. And what happens next changes the entire trajectory of Kodak. Because Sasson later told the New York Times exactly what they said. It was filmless photography. So their reaction was, allegedly, quote, "That's cute, but don't tell anyone about it. That's cute. Don't tell anyone." They're staring at the invention that will one day destroy their entire company, and they decide the smart move is to keep it quiet. And I want to be fair here because the popular version of this story is too simple. They make it seem like Kodak was run by idiots. The people running Kodak were not idiots. They saw digital coming. They knew it would come. They patented a mountain of it. The problem is that film was just too good of a business. Now, let me put this in perspective. Imagine having a business that pays you $100 million and another one that pays you $1 million. And for whatever reason, you can only choose one of them. What do? Well, if you're a regular sane person, you hold on to the $100 million business like your life depends on it. Kodak's life depended on it. Every roll of film came back around for chemicals and prints forever. Digital? You buy one camera and you're done. There are no refills. So the fear was never that digital would fail. The fear was that it would work and eat the golden goose that was Kodak's print business. So instead of racing to the future, they used digital quietly to make their film business a little better. They protected today and they left tomorrow sitting in a drawer. Unfortunately for them, the march of progress is inevitable. The future shows up anyway. It always does. First, digital cameras got cheap. Then phones swallowed the camera whole. And the one thing Kodak was protecting, film, falls straight off a cliff. By the time they truly commit to digital, everybody is already there and there's no fat margin left for anyone. So how does the story of the company that literally invented digital cameras end? Let me show you the receipts. Fast forward, it's January 2012. Kodak, a 130-year-old giant, one of the most trusted brands on the planet, files for bankruptcy. And to survive, it has to sell off the crown jewels. Its digital patents, the ones born from Sasson's camera, get auctioned to a group that includes Apple, Google, and Microsoft for around $525 million. It's a lot, right? But not for a company of that size. To them, it was scraps. So there they are, Kodak's receipts. They invented the digital camera in 1975. They filed for bankruptcy in 2012 because of that same invention. And Steve Sasson, the engineer they told to stay quiet, in 2009, the president of the United States gave him the National Medal of Technology for the invention his own company buried. So here's what gets me as somebody that runs a company. Nobody at Kodak was reckless. You may think they were, but they weren't. At the time, they were making sound decisions. They were making decisions to protect the current business. They didn't want to rock the boat. And that's the trap. What usually kills great businesses isn't one crazy bet. It's 100 little sound decisions. The problem is that the world will move on without you. The march of progress is inevitable. So Kodak protected itself to death. Anyways, there's another story. A founder rips off a bank for a couple $100 million and everyone is smiling while it happens. That's the next one.